Hello guys, this is Tcbfx here. You're welcome to a new week 27. Last week we talked and shared on the chart concerning week 26, how the market was going to go on different pairs, which is GBPUSD, EURUSD, and SP500. Of course, there are so many other pairs that we can do analysis on to look at the behavior of the market. But if you're following me on YouTube, follow me on Instagram and Telegram, and also on Facebook, you already know that we trade just these three pairs. Or we constantly do analysis on these three pairs. And that is what we're going to be looking at again today for week 27. Right now, on my chart is GBPUSD on 4-hour time frame. Now, before I begin to do the analysis on GBPUSD to let you know what the market is doing, if you're new to trading, I will encourage you to hit the subscribe button because many of you watch the video and you don't hit the subscribe button. If you subscribe and hit the like button, I'm encouraged, motivated to share more of this content with you and even add more of the currency pairs that you might be looking at trading for the rest of your trading career. And I'll be doing analysis on those ones. But I just want you to encourage and give us that push so that we'll be able to do this all the time. Even maybe we might add the midweek as well, midweek analysis to it. That would be great. But it's all for free because this is just a way to give back to this community of traders. So I want to thank you all for supporting this channel. All right, let's go to the chart. Now, what we're looking at right here is GBPUSD uh, on 4-hour or 8-hour time frame. Let's look at it on the daily. All right, this is the daily chart. First of all, last week I told you we're looking for sell, and the market eventually gave a drop. You can see there was a massive drop last week, Wednesday, and then price came up over here and then began to rally round. Now, the question is, what is the next move that GU is doing? Or why would GU or GBPUSD create this kind of structure right now? First of all, you need to look into the weekly time frame to understand what the problem is. I told you last week that the weekly time frame price is a bit bullish and is struggling to remain bullish. And we can see that the moving average there, as you can see, this line here is a moving average. And that moving average is just 20 moving average, simple moving average. We can see the price is struggling to trade below it. Therefore, price is using it as a kind of a support at the moment. So we saw the price throughout last week, price pushed up and then pushed all the way down. So this is weekly candle, remember that. So this was week 26 candle. So we'll look at week 27. What do you think? What do you anticipate? If week 26 candle closed bullish, we should be anticipating the next candle, two things. Either the next candle open up and push higher to fill up this week, or we are anticipating that the market close, open up and close, and then push lower to close below. That is what we're looking for. We want the market to close below, but the market is struggling on the weekly. So we can still tell that on the weekly that the market is still a little bit bullish as long as price is still trading above the moving average. But we can see a sign that the market is struggling to push higher, to be bullish, to push higher. Rather, the market will want to push lower. Now, the reason for that is the structure. The market structure is so obvious that we have a structure here that push price down all the way low to this level and then rally back up. Now, if I zoom out, you notice that it's not really a very good market structure that we see around that level. So what we want to do is to actually go to the daily and then look at what we call a system I trade ICI. So let me explain that. ICI means I'm looking for an impulsive move and then begin to trade in that direction of that impulsive move. So let me show you what is going on here. Price gave us an impulsive move to the downside, pull back, another impulsive move, pull back, another impulsive move, pull back. So this is the system I'm going to follow because right now the market, until I see another impulsive move in opposite direction of this structure of this pair that I'm saying, I will not be looking for buys. So right now I'm still looking to sell GBPUSD. Why is that? Look at it very closely. If you see that the market is creating lower high, lower lows on the 4 hour, on the daily time frame, and price is trading below the moving average. Now, we just observe on the weekly that price is using the moving average as a support, but there's a bit struggle there. So what we want to do is to show you, I want to show you something now. If you're trading this GBPUSD this week, I'm just looking at 3 to 4%, depending on your risk appetite. I'm looking at 2 to 3% that you can make this week with 27 on GBPUSD. So let's look at that. Firstly, is that I'm looking at this structure here. Based on what I see, I'm going to implement one of my strategy and just to give you a direction because I can still tell that the market is bearish on the daily. So since I'm a day trader and I'm going to be looking at a little bit of swing trade, but I'm going to look at the daily behavior to be able to make my decision. So if I check the 8 hour time frame, I can see that the market is struggling to continue to the downside. So creating what we call structural equal low at this level, which is obviously again a concern to me because I can see that there is a struggle. The market is using the double bottom at that level. So that means price may push higher if need be. Okay, now to be on the safer side, I'm going to also look at two things. Number one, I have to put the structure here at this high, okay, on the 8 hour time frame. And I move down to the 4 hour time frame and they give me a very good structure there. So that's what I'm looking for. So if price break above this high, I'm going to be looking for buys. Did you see that? So if price break above that high, I'm going to be looking for buys. That means this structure will be broken. We have a higher low because you can see the market has already formed a higher low here. So if price push higher, all I need to do is to wait for a break of this structure and a pullback into this area, which is price push up, a pullback into this area, and I'm going to continue to the upside. Then I will buy. But if price decide to break below this low, and then I wait for pullback, and then I'll sell. So this is my take on GBPUSD right now. Let me show you what I mean by the 4 hour, the daily ICI compared to this. So first of all, we can see that. Let me just remove the drawing so you can see clearly. I hope you guys saw what I just did on that pair. So what I'm gonna do here is very simple. I'll put my feed on the retracement high to the price where it retraces low. All right. Now, with what I see here, there is no way that we are going to be trying to use this strategy to get the trade in because if you go to the 4 hour, price already broke below the area I am actually looking for taking the trade. So it's best bet for us to wait for the first analysis I did, which was on the 4 hour, for price to break below this low. So you wait for price to break below this low, and then you wait for pullback, and then you can enter for a sell. Or price push above this high, you wait for pullback, and then you can enter a back. That's what. But already, if you look at the 4 hour, we're bearish. We're looking at the 8 hour, we're bearish. We're looking at the daily, we are bearish. So I'm anticipating a sell. I'm still waiting for that momentum for price to go down to the lower side, and then I'll be targeting this low or this area here, which is we find this secondary order block. for a TP area at this level before price will start pushing back up. So I'm anticipating that price will break below this area and I can sell and target this area about 100 pips or 80 pips to that low, which might give me 1 to 2, 1 to 3 risk to reward, about 3% of my account, which is what I'm looking for. No big deal for week 27. So now let's look at Euro USD. Now, Euro USD, I told you last week that Euro USD is still very in a state of consolidation. It's still very much um, uh, um, um, on the daily. Let me show you something so you get on the weekly. Sorry, if you notice on the weekly, uh, the market is very tight right now on Euro USD. It's not moving the way it ought to be. You can see this area where we have this for the couple of weeks, the market has been like this, moving sideways. So we don't have a trend on GU right now. We don't have a trend. I mean, on Euro USD, we don't have a trend on it. But there are possible opportunity to trade this pair below the weekly and daily time frame. So, and that's what the opportunity will be, which is first of all to look for uh, opportunity to set the market. Let's see for the 4 hour. If you notice the 4 hour time frame, price is rallying up. So let me just show you what I mean with my order flow. From here, I see price creating this order flow. So this is what the problem is. So we see this swing low that happened, this massive drop. All right, and give us that swing low. And we can tell that price has been consolidating around these levels. So the best bet you want to do is to wait for price to break a setting structure high, which is that level, or you wait for price to break that level. But I think this one is better. If price will push higher above this high, okay, let me show you what I mean. Where's my two? Where's my two? Okay, that's my path. Price push higher than this. We're looking for a pullback and a continuation to that high. You see, that's what we're looking at on Euro USD. But I still feel that this area of liquidity at the low may be taken out. If GU drop, then Euro USD is going to break that low and then wait for pullback and then continue to the downside. But at the moment, the way it is, please mark your chart like this so that you can know what to do when the market push up or push lower so that you'll be able to take your positions. But at the moment, Euro USD is extremely in consolidation. Now, let's go back to the weekly on this so that I'll show you exactly the area of interest that I'm looking for. Okay, if price break this area, break out of here, okay, we should be anticipating the first TP at this low and the second TP at the secondary order block right here. So therefore, I'm anticipating that if price want to continue to the downside, which is on the weekly, price is bearish. Why? Because the market is trading below the moving average. So I'll be anticipating that area on the weekly that price is coming to as my TP. So I'll go back to my 4 hour time frame. Is price bearish on the daily? Yes, if price is bearish on the daily and price is bearish on the 4 hour is a bit bullish. So we will wait for price to turn bearish on the 4 hour time frame, which will be the price break below this low. If we find price close below any of these lows, and then we'll have a pullback, then we'll be trading the liquidity level. So the question is, how do you get in? Depending on your strategy, depending on what you trade as a trader. But at the moment, um, if the market was to trade around, this is a buy zone for me. I will not be looking for buy here until this low is taken out. So until this low is taken out, then I will look for sell. Once price take out this low, then I'm going to look for sell. But if it push higher and break above, then I'll look for opportunity to buy. A pullback, an opportunity to buy and take the trade up, because um, the market is consolidating. It's not a trend right now. So the market is not trending on Euro USD. So we should not be thinking to just buy or sell. Rather, we create, since it's a sideways market, we look for opportunity for price to break out of those levels, and then we'll be able to look for trade opportunity. And that's the levels I'm talking about. So waiting, price break out of that level, let's say price breakdown and break out of that level, wait for a retest on that, and then we'll get a sell. And then we can target this low as our TP. That will be at 1.05 200. So that would be the level at which we're taking our TP, or probably even a little bit higher or lower. So we can take that. But here, if price buy, we're looking at this first high to take out TP, and before probably maybe price might return to the downside from there. We are not sure yet, but this is what I think on Euro USD. Now let's look at the SP500. SP500 last week, I told you it's going to be a bullish market and stay bullish. But you see, throughout one last week, if I was to give you the weekly candle, you notice that price was just indecisive, close at indecision, undecisive, whether to go up or go down. There was no proper decision on it. So if you traded this pair last week, you probably may have had a little loss on trying to buy it on all throughout week 26, because the market was not really willing to go higher. As you can see, price came up to the equal high. Price created a kind of an equal high here, which obviously affected the trade, and then came back again to close at the opening. You see, price came back to close at the opening. It opened up, price opened, came back down, went up massively, came back again, and then closed at the opening. So you can tell that that is indecision candle. So the question is, how do we trade this pair? What I see happening is this, that on the weekly, price may be intending to start pulling back. So if I were you, if you're trading SP500, I will wait for this retracement to happen, because it's like the market is ready for retracement right now. So for that reason, I will not be looking for buys right now. I will wait for the market to retrace. Sometimes we need to know when not to trade and when to trade. So on this particular pair, I'm not going to trade it this week 26 until I get what I'm looking for. I mean, week 27 until I get what I'm looking for. For instance, if I put my feed here and I look at that retracement, I'm waiting for price to retrace, because it's telling me what I see now, that it wants to retrace. So if price retrace all the way to 61, then I'll look for opportunity to buy. So this zone becomes a liquidity level for me to anticipate a buy. So this would be my option to trade this pair. So if you have this pair on your chart, this is on the daily. Mark this area of price where price pull back and begin to accelerate, which is this impulsive move, and then put your feet there. Wait for price to pull back into 0.61. Now, price is playing around 36, 38.2, I mean 0.38 region. That's what it has been doing for the couple of weeks. So we want to see that it breaks below that level and tap into 61 for proper retracement that is valid, and then we can take that price to the upside. So at the moment, that's what I'm going to wait for on Euro USD. Hopefully by Wednesday we should be able to get that retracement down there, and then we'll take price up. Um, so again, these are the things I'm going to be looking for. So the most viable trade right now that I'm actually anticipating is GBPUSD, which I'm waiting for. This what we call um a break out of this low or a break above the high, and then we're looking. But obviously, we know that the market is a bearish. move that wants to happen. So we're looking at more sales coming in next week. So let me show you the forex factory for the week. For those of you that trade, you want to look at forex factory for the forex factory for fundamentals, just to keep you abreast of what the market is going to be doing for the coming week. So let's look at the calendar as usual. Let me just quickly push that up. Uh, Look at the calendar, see what we have this coming week. So we'll just filter the most important ones. All right, let's just filter those ones irrespective of the market. So yeah, so this is what we're having. On Monday, which is market open. Where is it now? Uh, Not that one. Sorry guys. We're gonna be looking at from on Monday, which is July. Okay, on Monday, July, this is what we have all day euro. So we have CPI that may affect Euro USD. And also we have um, PMI coming in interest rate coming in on USD the same day on Monday. So get ready for that. If I were you, I'll close my trade before that. And on Tuesday, we have CPI, we have Euro CPI, we have Powers is speaking. Powers is speaking tomorrow as well. So I mean on Tuesday. So it's gonna be a little bit dodgy throughout the week. We have so many fundamentals coming in. You remember the first week of every month, you will have these fundamentals coming in on the NFP, which is on Friday, coming in hugely. Unemployment rate, NFP, they are all coming in on Friday. So I think what I will advise you do is to ensure that this week just monitor the trade when you can, get out of the market before the news release. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I think that's all we had to take on this video today. I believe you guys enjoy yourself and also watch this video again and again so you'll be able to understand what I just talked about that we are looking for to trade on these three pairs. All right. I'll see you in week 28. I hope you enjoy trading and catch all the peeps. Bye for now, guys. Bye.